Hello everybody, this is Llodg, and today I wanted to talk about how I am optimistically excited for Avatar Legends, the fighting game. And I am mostly optimistically excited about this instead of being like super excited or not excited, is because I generally don't play fighting games. Like the only fighting game I really play is Smash, and even then it's like very different from like, I don't want to call them real fighting games, because I think Smash is a real fighting game. But like Street Fighter or Tekken or stuff like that, I don't generally jive with. Like the only one I've really like played a little bit of and for the most part enjoyed was Dragon Ball Fighter Z. But I'm just not really a fighting game player. But an Avatar game does make me want to try out the genre a bit more. And it's because I love Avatar so much. I mean, heck, I've done a couple of videos on future Avatar stuff already on this channel. So I just would love to see this game do well. And we only got like a short teaser trailer for it, and like, it's obviously unfinished, like the backgrounds and stuff. Does not look like this is a product that's coming out this year or anything, and it's scheduled to be summer of 2026. Now I could see that being pushed back a little bit. But I think for the most part, it looks like finished enough to where I can see just a bit more polish, and then it could be ready, to where I'm not like, oh, this is definitely coming out in 2027 or anything. But since I'm not a huge fighting game player, I'm like kind of on the edge to where I hope that this is accessible enough for me to have fun with it, Because I love Avatar so much, I would love to be able to play as Aang and fight so many different characters in Avatar. And it brings me to my first kind of like worry / thing I could be excited for, is just how many characters are going to be in this game. Because Avatar has a really big cast of characters that I think could be included in this game. For the most part, we just saw a lot of characters from the original 2008 show, like pretty much the whole gang, stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure the original show is going to be pretty well represented. Obviously, I think when you say Avatar, that's the first thing people usually think of. Like you'll have Toph, you'll have Iroh, you'll have Zuko, you have Katara. So I can see that that side of the Avatar universe is really well represented, and it's probably where you need to put in most of your characters, because that's probably the show everyone kind of loves. So obviously you're going to want to have all those characters for people to play. And like in the background, we do see like June and May, and I wonder if they'll be playable characters. At least for both of them, I could see them easily being characters, but since they're in the background, it makes me like a little curious if they will be or not. Because I believe this is like a 1v1 type of fighting game. Not like Marvel vs. Capcom or anything where you do have multiple people you can kind of switch between, but that just may be me not knowing enough about this game. But them being in the background is like curious to me if they are just to show, hey, the background isn't completely empty or anything. But yeah, I would love to see them in this game. But also, we only really saw Korra outside of that original show. And Korra is obviously a big part of Avatar. I love Korra. I love her 4 seasons. Well, most of the 4 seasons. So it makes sense why she's included, but I'd also love to see more people from her era. Like Bolin, Asami, Mako, Kovira, Zahir. I think that these could make a lot of cool characters. I think for the most part they'll probably stick to the shows in terms of like which characters are going to be included. So it would make sense for Korra to get a lot more representation than what we've seen from this trailer. But beyond that, character-wise, I do hope we see some past avatars. We have like a handful of them that I think are eligible to be chosen. Like you obviously have Roku, who plays a very big role in the original series, but Kyoshi, Karuk, Yang Chen, I think since they get like a visual representation in the original series, they could be in this game. And I would like that a lot. I especially would love Yang Chen and Kyoshi, mostly because I just recently finished Yang Chen's second book, and that was really good, so I'm in a big Yang Chen mood. But her and Kyoshi, I think, are very good avatars. Karuk, also a good avatar. A little underrated if you haven't read Kyoshi's books. So I would love to see like the whole previous cycle. I think that would be cool. I think you could also throw in the newest avatar. I don't know her name. She's like the next Earthbender. I think that would be a cool tie into the next show, but we'll see if they do that. But like the only other avatar I can really think of would be like Wan, the first avatar, just because he also gets a visual representation in multiple episodes that he was a protagonist in. So I think he has a pretty good chance of being in this game, and Wan's just cool. I would also love to see some of the characters from the books, but I don't think we'll get that since they don't really have like a visual representation if they aren't on the covers, and I don't think a lot of people know about them like the opera group in Kyoshi's books. I would love to see them in this game, but I just think it's not very realistic to expect them to like design the whole characters and everything. Because a lot of the characters that we see in this trailer look really faithful to the original show. But yeah, so character-wise, while I would love to see characters from the books, we are probably not going to get that. But another reason why I am excited for this game, despite not being a fighting game player, is because I want to see some quality Avatar games, so we can get more games that I may be more interested in. Like, we really haven't had any like good Avatar games, other than the core Platinum Games game, and that one could have been much better. So if this game does well, I would love to see more Avatar games be made. And it's interesting that this is called Avatar Legends the fighting game, because Avatar Legends also has like a D&D like role-playing game that has the same name under Avatar Legends with like a subtitle. So maybe we could get some Avatar Legends game, like an actual RPG, or like an action game or something, because this fighting game does well, and they see that there's a market for Avatar games that don't feel so low quality. But yeah, I just love to see more Avatar games. I genuinely think it's such an untapped market for this IP, and there's just so much you could do a game based off of. You can do a game based off another previous Avatar that we haven't even seen yet. Or if you want to do an Aang or Korra game, those are there. So if this fighting game does well, I would really hope that whoever decides to make these games says, okay, let's try another game, let's try an RPG. I think that could be really cool. But this game has to do well first, I imagine. But yeah, I just really hope that this game is good. But I would love to see this game be like a good fighting game and it doesn't get like left behind super quickly. I am glad that this trailer looks as good as it does. I can't wait to hear more about this game, like the roster size, where it's pulling its characters from, all that stuff. So yeah, we don't know too much about this game, but I just want to get my quick thoughts out there that I am excited for this game, but I'm not putting all my faith into it to like revitalize the Avatar game market. But I would love to see more Avatar Legends games. Like a Kyosho game would be so good. But yeah, let me know what you think about Avatar Legends the fighting game, if you're excited for it, if you actually play fighting games and will play this one. And I hope you enjoyed the video, have a good day, and goodbye.